let's talk about books with flaps. We do have a lot of books that have flaps in them. And what I mean is as you're reading the story, there's a little extra peekaboo inside with more information. And we have flap books that are for a lot of different ages. This is a good place to start with your littles. This is a peek inside, P-E-E-K inside. And there are a lot of different peek inside books. Peek Inside Zoo is just one of our favorites. And generally a peek inside is going to have just 1 or 2 flaps per page, and it's meant to be for 2 and 3-year-olds. If you don't think your 2 or 3-year-old is ready for flap books, don't worry. We have lots of books that don't have flaps. This video is about flaps because this keeps kids engaged. It gives them a job to do so they feel more involved in the reading process. And it really saved us reading as a family. When my daughter was 3, an imaginary play was all there was in the world. And then all of a sudden we got flap books in our life, and it just changed everything, and she wanted to read all the time. So Peek Inside is the early ones that you can get, and that's for 2 and 3-year-olds. And there's Peek Inside Beehive and Peek Inside Nighttime and all kinds of different Peek Insides. So you can look for that. You can also find Peek Inside a Fairy Tale that has ones like Beauty and the Beast, Little Red Riding Hood, Jack and the Beanstalk, Sleeping Beauty, and some of them have these nice little cutouts in them so that you have this just beautiful gate. And in this one you can open up the castle and see what's inside. So same kind of thing, flaps, a few little peek throughs, and those are the Peek Inside Fairy Tales, and we have a ton of these too. These are so great. Next up, we've got ones that'll just say Lift the Flap on them, but you should know these ones. These are for 4 and above. We have Lift the Flap ABC, Lift the Flap Shapes, and Lift the Flap Colors. These ones are multiple flaps per page, but they're still meant for a younger audience. So this is the series that are for colors, shapes, and your ABCs, and those are for your 4 and above. Multiple flaps on those ones. My favorite series of flap books is the question and answer flap books, and those are meant to be for your 3, 4, even 5-year-olds, and that is all questions. What are germs? This one's huge in my house. What is poop? Everybody's favorite subject. And then some of our newer ones are Why Should I Brush My Teeth? And Where Do Babies Come From? So Where Do Babies Come From has information about, what other animals do when they're having babies, and it has a lot of different little questions and answers. These squirmy tadpoles will turn into leaping frogs. A soft fawn will one day be a tall stag. All that kind of stuff. So that is the Lift the Flap question and answer. So there is a very first question and answer, which is what these are. And then there's ones that are for a little bit older kids, like Lift the Flap question and answer. So if it says very first question and answer, you're looking at your 3 and 4-year-olds. And if it just says Lift the Flap question and answer, you're looking at a little older audience. For example, question and answer about dinosaurs. So we got how big was the biggest dinosaur? Oh, that's a lot of information, huh? How small was the smallest dinosaur? How many different dinosaurs were there? All that kind of stuff. We got a how page and a what page and a yes or no page and a which page and a why page. All the questions your kids are asking you all the time. So that's Lift the Flap question and answer. If it just says Lift the Flap, like for example, Lift the Flap Picture Atlas, those are generally going to be for 6 or 7-year-olds. I love this one because it does all the continents, and there's tons. Like there's a beaver here. Beaver use wood to build lodges. That's the North America page. Here we've got the European page. Let's see, North Sea fishermen. There used to be plenty of bluefin tuna fish here, but there aren't many left. Some scientists are worried that people fish too much in the North Sea. So if it just says Lift the Flap like this one, it's going to be either for 6 and older or 7 and older. Like our newest one, which I haven't gotten my hands on yet, is Lift the Flap Biology. And that one's meant for 7 and older. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on that one. All right. We have a series called Look Inside. L-O-O-K, look inside. And that's your 4 and 5-year-olds. These guys have a lot of flaps. For example, Look Inside Space has 70 flaps. And this is one of my favorites, Look Inside Your Body. We never seem to get past the second page because it's the digestive system. We have the mouth, chomp, 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 teeth, crush your food so it's mushy enough to swallow. Now watch this. A flap within a flap? No way! So you can see when you open that flap, the food going down the gullet and all the way down to the stomach where juices are added to mush up your food. And then it goes down in the intestine. So this is the level where we start to get some flaps within flaps. Look inside, 4, 5, 6-year-olds, tons and tons of information. With my 5-year-old, I never get through the whole book. We get through like 4 pages and that's enough because there's so much information, but it doesn't look like it. It's not overwhelming when you look at one page, but because it hides information in the flaps, you actually get a lot of information without overwhelming your kids, okay? So that's that one. We also have kind of a spin-off one where we've got a bug hotel and a birdhouse. These ones are really beautiful. I really like Bug Hotel. So there's a page about bees, and there's some more information about bees. Here's some different types of bees, all about pollinating, all of that stuff. So that's what you get with Bug Hotel and Birdhouse. And these are meant for your 4 and 5-year-olds as well. And then we also have a Lift and Look, which is for a younger audience. I'd say as young as 3 years old for these ones because that's when they're into trains and tractors and stuff. Can you find Teddy on the steam train? So not a ton of words for this one. There's Teddy. This is just more about them getting to sit and look at it and not really worry about the reading part. But if you are reading it, can you spot Teddy at the station? So you can just tell your kid, hey, look for the teddy bear in this book, and they have to lift up all these flaps to find it on every page. So that's the Lift and Look, and that's for a younger audience. We got trains and tractors. There's a few other ones. And then our highest level of flap book is See Inside, S-E-E inside. And we've got things like See Inside World Religion. So these are meant to be for 7, 8, 9-year-olds. See Inside World Religion, you're going to get not only a lot of flaps, but again with the flaps within flaps kind of a thing. And goes over a lot of different religions and what's going on. We got Noah here. I like this page because it's got like the levels for Buddhist to follow the path. And once you got it all open, you've reached enlightenment. If only it were that easy. So See Inside, we've got that. Our newest one is See Inside Germs and also See Inside Oceans. These are the 2 newest ones. I am very excited about both of them because we have the little kid version of Germs, which was our first Usborne book that we just adored when May was 3. And now we're up to the big kid version, See Inside Germs, and there's so much good information in here. So that is everything we have of flap books so that you can try to find ones that are for your kids. But under each of these categories, there are tons and tons of different books. So if you're looking for, a book to get your kid interested, I bet you a flap book will do it. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.